Sorry about everything that happened just now. Were you frightened?
Of course! Who wouldn't be scared after witnessing an accident like that?
There was no blood on the stage.
Yeah, I'm a little shaken up myself. How could this happen? And poor Cowl.
Poor
I know
Cowl.
you already claimed that you would defend me, but now it's just us talking. Tell me, do you think I could possibly be the murderer?
No.
Good to hear. Thank you so much for trusting me. I'm sure everyone sees me as the biggest suspect at this point. But, if you ask me, the whole thing is mysteries layered upon mysteries, such that all that's left is confusion. I don't know whether what happened there on the stage was purely an accident or not, and I don't know why poor Cal was in the box. As for how that girl chosen from the audience could suddenly disappear, I'm afraid I don't have any answers either. If someone tampered with my performance, then we need to figure out
Oh, is it the
what they
hot
did.
guy?
Even a
What if
skilled
it's a
and
hot
knowledgeable
guy?
magician like myself couldn't pull all that off in just 1 minute.
Which is precisely why we need to investigate! As this book says, the impossible could not have happened. Whatever happened must have been that which is possible.
What is she? What is Paimon doing?
When we were reading at the bookshop in the city earlier. Pretty cool, huh? Don't worry, Paimon used her own savings to buy them. It wasn't from our travel funds.
I think they look cute on you, Paimon.
You have good
Paimon?
taste, Lynette.
Stop.
That's the right attitude.
Yeah, I told you, Paimon's the
Feeling
funniest
depressed
person in
isn't
this
going to
game.
help me now. I need to get back to my normal self. But with the guards watching our every move, it's going to be especially difficult for Lynette and I to prove our own innocence. Good thing you agreed to be our attorneys.
Just agree
Thanks for
to
that.
be our
We'll
attorneys.
be counting on you.
Can't just agree to be. You have to go
Thank
to
you so
school for
much.
that, no?
Yeah, just leave it to us.
Paimon, please take those off.
Oh, since we're going to start investigating, Paimon has a question first. Where did Lynette go during the performance?
Ah, well, I'm afraid that would involve some of our essential trade secrets as magicians.
The secrets behind our magic are past saving, Linny.
I suppose you're right. The truth behind our tricks is going to be important evidence that will be weighted during the trial.
You still can use your visions.
'Tis truly a pity. As a magician, our magic show is a work of art. We've poured countless hours and spared no effort in perfecting it. But if revealing our secrets will help you uncover the
Ooh, I
truth
kinda wanna
behind
know.
what happened, then it will be well worth it. We should go somewhere else if we're going to discuss our magic tricks. We'll go speak with the guards, and in the meantime, you can go investigate the stage and the seating areas.
Alright, let's go have a look while the investigation teams are still here.
I cannot take
Detective
Paimon seriously.
on the case.
Paimon, please. You're killing me. She's Paimon slur now.
Officer, how's the investigation going?
Ah, I see. You must be the traveler that Lady Farina mentioned. Listen, I'll be perfectly honest with you. I'd avoid getting mixed up in this whirlpool of a mess if I were you.
Huh? What do you mean?
Come with me and you'll see. The deceased is one of Linny's assistants, named Cal. Even though he hadn't joined the troupe long, he was hardworking.
She
and
still
everyone
has those
generally
glasses
liked him.
on again.
The assistants are usually in charge of setting up and inspecting the props, as well as assisting with the show and keeping the crowd engaged. As you probably saw when you were in the audience, the water tank suddenly fell and smashed the box with Cowl inside it. This is the real mystery. We've already searched the scene and were unable to find any traces of the girl. However, if you look carefully, the box was positioned directly under the water tank. The ropes holding the tank were then burned by the pyrotechnics on stage, causing them to snap. All these factors lining up so perfectly makes it hard to see this as a mere accident. If anything, the more logical explanation is that the whole incident was intentionally planned, and Linny is the most likely person to have access to all these areas.
It's not Lenny, though.
Motive.
Paimon, come
Are
on.
you both good friends of his?
We met him today.
Can't say we're good friends, but we've known each other for a little while.
So in just a short time, he was not only able to win your trust, but even convince you to act as his attorneys. I know there's no such thing as magic. The real trick of a magician is holding the audience in the palm of their hand. I've seen a lot of cases, and I can tell you that people are the least reliable kind of evidence. Sorry, I tend to be pretty straightforward. Just know that I'm warning you for your own good. Anyway, you may investigate the scene of the crime yourselves if you're curious. Who knows, maybe you'll be able to come up with some new evidence.
You can use the case record to confirm your current evidence and clue collection situation and sort case-related information. You can check as yet undiscovered evidence includes in the case record and investigate the corresponding area to locate them. Use the perception skill to find evidence and clues that can be investigated within a certain radius around yourself. This will advance your overall progress. The investigation from the guards indicates that the fireworks launched at the tail end of the magic performance set the rope dangling the water tank alight, causing the tank to fall and kill Cowell, who is within it. It seems evident that Linny is the likeliest user of the prop to commit a crime. However, the reason for the victim being Cowell and the reason for the chosen lady's disappearance remain mysteries. Didn't Cowell say that there was an issue with one of the props earlier? The deceased is one of Lenny's assistants named Cowell. He was well trusted by all his colleagues. His job was setting up and inspecting the props, as well as assisting with the show and keeping the crowd engaged. Okay. I didn't quite understand that. Examine white line. This is where the magic box was struck. If Cowell weren't inside the box at that moment, he might have dodged. Okay. Ooh. Right. Oh, that's perception. Gotcha. Okay, so we have... Broken magic box was left on the scene after the guards completed their investigation. Looking at it now, okay, that was very quick.
So this is the rope that broke and caused the water tank to fall. The rope looks pretty durable. How can it be burned through so quickly by fireworks?
Lenny didn't realize this is a safety concern.
Why are you suddenly so serious, Traveler?
Look at where the rope snapped.
Whoa. Look! This bit is made from different material. Most of it was burned away, but there's still a little bit of it left.
Like a type of flash cotton.
Huh. So if a rope meant to hold something was made with that kind of material in it, then that means... Wait, Paimon should write all this down. Let's take notes.
Okay, special rope. This rope was used to suspend the water tank. It suddenly broke when the fireworks were being launched on stage. The investigation has shown that the location where the rope snapped was made of flammable material. Okay. Talk to you.
Hello there. What are you investigating?
Oh, this location has also been cordoned off because the Magic Troupe members are currently considered prime suspects. The investigation team is still collecting evidence. The seats were all booked in advance, so we were able to deduce the missing woman's identity by checking the guest list.
Who is it?
Sure, it's not like this is confidential information. We will publish it later anyway when we petition the public to help us find the missing person. Her name is Halsey. She's a painter from Fontaine who's made a bit of a name for herself.
She has the same glasses as
Apparently,
mine.
she wasn't a regular at the opera house,
Suspicious.
but she'd been feeling some pressure with her work lately, which made her decide to come see the magic show. The Magic Troupe members all claim not to know her. We have looked into her social connections. It seems that she has no personal grievances or conflicts of interest with the suspects.
I can't believe she's kept them on
Simply
this
put,
entire
She
time.
wasn't related to the Magic Troupe at all, which matches the features of the previous serial disappearances.
Were the victims of previous cases also chosen at random?
That's how it seems to us, in any case. Apart from the fact that they were all young women of around the same age range, There really weren't any other connections between them.
Okay then.
No need to be so formal. If you do happen to see the missing girl, please be sure to contact us. It is of utmost importance that we get to the bottom of these disappearances.
Okay, Halsey is the missing person. She's a famous painter and came to watch the magic show in order to take a break from her own creative work. She isn't known to have been entangled in quarrels with any of the members of Linny's magic troupe. How's my week been? My week's been good. We're doing some different things, trying to figure out a path with the game dev and all that. We started learning a new, oh, I still haven't found clues? We started learning a new, engine today. Get ready for our game jam in November, so that's been exciting. This is not inside the Opera House. Oh, it is inside the Opera House, I guess.
Hey, you!
Oh, right. You're so happy for Paimon right now?
Here. I've been keeping an eye on you for a
Who
while.
is this? Oh my goodness.
Huh?
She's
You mean
hot.
us?
That's right. If I'm not mistaken, you're also among those who wish to cut down the thorns and pursue the truth. No?
Hold on, I'm just
And
gonna
by the
take...
looks of it, you're not from Fontaine.
Well, you're right on the more about that one, but
Look at Paimon!
Have you never heard of the Spina di Rosula? From mediating disputes and providing protection to solving conundrums, you name it, Spina di Rosula does it. And I, Navia, have the honor of being its renowned president. Though those who play by our rules call me boss.
Oh, love her. I love her already.
I'm Silver, her attendant. Pleased to meet you.
It's nice to meet you, Silver.
And I'm Melus. Demoiselle's various daily needs and affairs are under my purview.
huh? Boss, Demoiselle, what gives with the names?
And Demoiselle.
Well, I am the second generation president. Malus and the others are still used to my previous title.
My apologies, Demoiselle. Should you prefer, boss, I will endeavor
I
to
love
use
her
that
outfit.
instead.
Oh my
No,
goodness.
No need. You don't have to call me boss. Just Navia is fine.
Okay, if you say so.
I know.
Not
I
that we're
love
members
her
of
outfit.
Spina di Rosula anyway.
All merely trifling details. Never mind. Now, back to the situation at hand. That's right. I've always kept an eye on the serial disappearance cases. My interest stems from a matter back from my father's time. Judging from the look of things, I find Linny an unlikely mastermind.
Really? We think so too. That's why we're looking for clues now.
You know who she reminds me of? Who was the
Wait,
chick who took us
how did you
on a
come to that
on a law
conclusion?
thing in Liyue? What's her name?
Intuition.
Not Hu Tao.
Naturally. My unparalleled intuition.
What's her name? Anywho, that's who she reminds me of.
Farina sure was quick to point the finger at Linny without any decisive evidence whatsoever, wasn't she?
Nobody takes this Archon very seriously, do they?
But that's not uncommon for her. If you remember, the justice
Yan
had to
Fei, yeah.
interrupt her and ask if she was pressing charges just to keep her from getting carried away. Anyway, a trial begins the moment someone levels charges. And, of course, there was no way Farina was going to back down in that situation.
Sounds more like you just don't trust the Hydro Archon.
Well, what's your opinion? I must admit that she can be interesting at times, but liking her doesn't mean that I'll blindly agree with her.
Yeah.
All right, I've answered your question. Now, it's time you answer mine.
Wait a minute. Did that answer count?
Well,
she's a Geo
I
girl,
say it does.
which means
Don't
that
worry. You won't hear any
when do you think we'll
pointless
be able
questions
to
from me.
pull her?
In your opinion, do you think it's right to treat a trial like it's an opera?
Well,
And why would that be?
It shouldn't be treated as entertainment. Somebody Paimon?
See, Silver and Luz? I told you they'd be different.
She's so serious when she talks
Most
too.
esteemed Demoiselle, I too think that the traveler's response was most excellent. No matter how wonderful the script or how fervent the audience's expectations may be, the trials that go on stage here must be based in fact. And if that can be done, boss, then...
All right, that's quite enough, Maloose. Anyway, I like your answer. You passed with flying colors.
But still, it's
I need to make
a
some
mustache and
preparations.
glasses don't look
Following
right for
it, our joint
Paimon.
investigation shall commence. You two shall be my assistants.
Wait! Since when did we become assistants?
She's so confused.
Oh, well, I can be the assistant. Sure.
Oh my
Or
god.
your companion, if you like. I'm really not that fussy.
That's more like it.
Far be it from me to brag, but I believe that Demoiselle's intuition will be instrumental in uncovering the truth. You wish to save a friend from false accusations, and we wish to unravel the disappearances. In this sense, our goals
I
are
like him
aligned.
too.
You have a point. Huh. You're quite the talker, aren't you, mister?
Who are you looking at, Paimon?
What do you think? You seem like you've got something on your mind.
I have
Is that
nothing
Silver?
to add.
Oh, alrighty then.
We'll be making some preparations first. Just be sure to let us know if they start revealing Lenny's tricks. Thanks!
She just wants to know Lenny's tricks. Yeah, Lumion just wants Paimon to be happy. Oh, that's funny. That's too funny. Paimon. That wasn't even a clue. My goodness. What the heck are we doing here? We were just here, were we not? Wait, why do things keep moving around? I'm so confused. Oh. Oh, I see. Gotcha. He is a... Wait. He's not a thing.
I see that you're investigating the area.
It's confusing.
Well,
Zero,
it just so
3 clues,
happens that
I
I'm
know.
interested too. If you find any new and interesting leads, be sure to share them with me, all right?
We don't have too many thoughts yet.
Then why don't I tell you my hypothesis first? The way I see it. And I'll start it with that loud thud.
We heard that.
The thud? Oh, you mean the sound that happened during the countdown?
Yes, exactly. It wasn't terribly loud, but I suspect that most people heard it. It's just that everyone was awaiting the results of Lenny's trick with bated breath, so no one paid it much mind. But now that the incident has happened, the thud has become an important clue.
That makes sense. So, what do you make of it?
I'm of the opinion that it may have been the sound of Lenny's accomplice, Lynette perhaps, jumping atop the water tank or something like that. And when the pyrotechnics went off, she cut the rope, sending the water tank
Oh,
crashing
they think
down.
that Lenny is guilty.
Wasn't the noise we heard too loud for that?
Perhaps the balance wasn't right, leading to a particularly rough landing.
Oh, you have a pre-order? Oh, for a Lumine statue. Oh, wow. How big is it? Where'd you get it from, Mochi?
Oh, that's true. I suppose I must reconsider.
That does remind Paimon, though. What was with that sound?
Okay. Good smile. Oh, interesting. Okay, we already did this one though, right? Yeah. Oh, I wonder if these are just like area things. Because I don't have it All right. I think there's one more. Oh yeah, they're area things. I just can't see it because okay. I just can't see it. Okay, got it. Cool. I have one,
The
guys.
investigation team has some new findings. Turns out there's an issue with the random number selector after all.
See, I told you. What if the machine picked some big guy's seat? You think the murderer would have still made his move then?
Sorry to interrupt, but we're helping Linny and Lynette with their side of the investigation. What were you saying about the number selector? There's something wrong with it?
You're trying to help them? That'll be a tall order.
Lenny
Innocent
used the
until
machine to
proven
pick
guilty.
a random member of the audience during his performance, right? The lucky girl that later disappeared. Well, we thought there might be a serious problem with the machine, so we had it taken away for further inspection.
It turns out that the seat number it picked wasn't random at all. The machine picks that same number every time. I'm sure you already know that you have to make a reservation in advance to get a seat, regardless of whether it's a trial or some performance. In other words, Linny knew who would be sitting where from the very beginning.
That much checks out. Linny reserved our seats for us, too.
Bet you see why I was saying it'd be tough to make a case for Linny.
Even though it's bad for Linny's case, Paimon had better write it down.
More and more likely Linny is the murderer. In jail? Not in jail. Oh, Crunchyroll has pre-orders for Lumine 1/7 scale figure. Since some figurines are limited, some of them can jump in price by a lot. Oh yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine so.
Linny's still talking to the guards. I think someone will be assigned to monitor us.
That's pretty cool. I would like to see that. Definitely when you get it. I'd definitely like to see that. Moch. Mochi Moch. Can I talk to you? Tristine?
Sorry, but no one can freely enter or exit the Opera House at the moment. If you wish to leave, you must register your identity with us first.
No, we're not leaving. We're representing Linny and Lynette as attorneys, so we're investigating the case.
She's so serious.
Always guarding this entrance.
Yes, after the Chief Justice gave the order, everyone coming in or out must undergo a strict inspection. So, the missing girl couldn't have left from here. At least, not from that point on. I doubt there was much opportunity then, either.
How can you be so sure,
Well, because I was in charge of security near the entrance at that time. I couldn't see Linny's performance from here, which was quite a shame. Just my luck. But still, I did not abandon my post, and I stayed put no matter how loud the applause was. If someone had so much as even approached the door, I would have noticed it, let alone if they had tried to leave. We Melusines are good at that sort of thing,
Melusine
you know.
battle. You're right.
So, it's safe to say the girl couldn't have left through here. All right, thank you for your help. This will be useful info.
Okay. No one left through the front door.
We've checked everything of note here at the performance venue. Paimon wonders how Linny's discussion with the guards is going. Let's go see, shall we? Ooh, things are getting interesting, huh? We're
The
about to
Starbucks
see how
logo is a
magic
Melusine? So Melusine is a Melusine is a real thing?
Understood. Then I will be going with you. Just so you're aware, I will be monitoring your actions and making notes as necessary.
Very good. Thanks for being so agreeable. I'd pull a rose out of my hat as a gift
Oh,
for you
Linny,
if I could.
stop.
You may spare the pleasantries. I'm just doing my job.
You've arrived.
Oh my god, I love her
who's
outfits
this?
so much.
Me? I'm Spina di Rosula's guardian angel. If you've got a problem, I've got the firepower.
The outfits in this
Sorry, I got a little carried away there. Call me Maverick.
Area. Fantastic.
I'm a partner of theirs, and we'll be helping investigate this whole situation. And these are my companions. Would you mind if they join as well?
Fine by me.
Oh, new helpers? I would be most grateful.
Well, let's just say we're tagging along. It's not every day you get to see the secrets behind magic performed on such a large scale.
I appreciate your kind interest. Come with me. We'll be heading below stage.
Huh? Below stage?
Yes, a world of secrets is hidden beneath this magic box, prepared specifically for this switcheroo trick. But before I reveal everything, you should have a look first. Notice anything strange here?
Magic spoilers, Anima.
I'm not trying to be dramatic. Remembering the details of a trick will help you understand the methods used to perform it more easily.
Here's,
Weren't there
yeah, I
balloons
was
and
gonna
other
say there were
decorations
decorations
here?
and stuff in there.
Where did all that go?
Ah, good eye. That said, you're still far from discovering the answer.
Even the common NPCs, yeah, this is like the one, like, I don't know, you can tell the difference between, because in the last areas, I feel like all the common NPCs have the same outfit on. For the most part. But there's like a lot different. Hello. Can I help you? Why are you wet?
The back? You mean the inside of the door? What's different about it? Paimon didn't notice anything.
Very good indeed. I thought you might not be able to catch that, given that you were sitting in the first row. The back of this door was patterned. Those patterns are now gone, replaced by a smooth wooden board. So, if you put 2 and 2 together, what do you get?
There's another box inside this one.
Exactly. All right, let's go. I'll tell you how it works as we head down.
Bubba. Okay.
Oh, so there was a passageway under the magic box!
I told you there was a
I knew you'd
passageway.
figure out
I
most
knew
of
it.
as soon as you saw this place. The 2 magic boxes are positioned right above the 2 entrances of the tunnel. See this flatbed trolley? The box with the lucky audience member in it would be shuttled over to the other side using the trolley.
This trolley can raise and lower and even rotate, ensuring that the box will face in the right direction.
I see. So that's the purpose of the box inside another box.
Precisely. The inner box would descend after the audience member was put inside and be moved along the trolley, all while the outer box would remain on stage as if nothing had ever changed.
So that's how you did it!
Once the box was lowered, the trolley would store some energy through this device here, with which it would complete the rest of the steps. The audience member would only be able to feel some slight movements in the dark, and by the time she walked out, she would already be back on stage.
Right! You were talking that whole time, and you even came out for a moment near the end!
Ah, yes. A phonograph operated by Lynette was used to achieve that effect. My assistant and I had already scripted our conversation beforehand. When the countdown began, I had already gone to the opposite box via a tunnel using that ladder.
And what about Lynette? Where was she?
I was in the mezzanine space in the back of the box.
Oh, interesting!
That's how we were able to coordinate Linny's lines with the assistant. And, by the way, I was the one who walked out of the box at the end.
I mean, we are twins. All it takes is a change of clothes and no one can tell who's who.
Oh, they're twins, really?
And that's my favorite part of this trick. Only Lynette and I can perform it.
So that's how it all worked!
Interesting.
Wow!
Now we have to go back and watch that part.
More amazing than the last!
Lynette would briefly walk out of the box and then go back in, jumping into the tunnel and escaping before the box on the trolley could finish ascending. And then I walk out of the other box in the audience area, and the trick would be complete. The operative word here being would. But as you saw, Cal was in the box, not our audience member. She, on the other hand, mysteriously vanished.
We really don't know how that happened.
If not for that interlude, this would have been an astonishing trick. I probably never would have figured out how you pulled it off. And yet, to think that someone was able to use this magic trick to commit a crime. Could we have a look around? I think we can come up with some more leads.
This is the scene of the crime, so Linny and Lynette are not permitted to stay here. I'll escort them back up.
Yes, of course. No need to be so strict now. I won't disappear into thin air, you know.
Thanks, everyone. We're counting on you.
Go there. Forgot about that. Hi. Oh, what was I saying? Oh, it's the hat. Yes, it's the hat. No, it wasn't a long speech. I was just saying that I didn't know that it was my fault. I didn't know that that's what they had done. I thought that I had like assumed, and then it was right. So, not technically my fault. And also, I was going to say that yes, Linny does seem taller, and it probably is the hat. I did plan the murder. Exactly, yes. I planned the murder. Be the control device for the trolley. It operates automatically. So, no one had to be down here to operate it, which is why no one was here, I guess.
What's this?
Looks like a hook tied to the end of a rope. Huh?
Of course,
Odds
joking.
and ends here.
Perhaps it was a prop for a different trick. But why would it have been left
I
here?
love trains. I think that's why I love her outfit so
Whatever
much.
it is,
I love a
let's
train.
make a note of it first.
Dropped hook rope.
The floor is wet. Please be careful.
Why
not
is the
to
floor
slip.
wet down here?
Speaking of which, why would there be water here?
Exactly, Navia.
Oh, Paimon knows. It's one of those tricks where you pour water into a jug
She's so
and then flip the
serious.
jug over only for the water to disappear. And here's a broken vase. Huh. Did the trolley knock it down while moving?
Oh my god, Paimon.
That can't be. The trolley moves along tracks from start to finish. It couldn't have hit the vase at this distance.
Let's note this down too and think about it later.
Whose idea was it to put these glasses on, Paimon? I can't. Detective Paimon. Oh man.
These are the clothes that the lady chosen from the audience was wearing, right? Her clothes are here, but she's nowhere to be found.
Oh yeah, her dress. Ooh, scandalous.
Right. And do you really need to do that if you're kidnapping them? Ugh, this is so confusing. Paimon doesn't want to be a detective anymore.
What? What? Why did the glasses change? Why did the glasses change? Did you guys see the glasses? What? Who did this? Whose idea was this? I'm gonna cry. What? Paimon, why are you like this? Yeah, they took off her dress. Oh, I can't. Oh, look, there's a vent over here. A vent.
What is this place?
Looks like a vent.
It seems someone could fit through here.
Huh. Could this have been the suspect's escape route?
Alone, perhaps. But if they had to pull another person with them, the space would be too narrow.
But there are no other ways in or out of here. Oh, you're right. Let Paimon write that down.
Tunnel vent looks like allowing one person passage. Leaving with the missing lady seems like an unrealistic prospect.
Seems we're
Mochi.
just about done investigating
Mochi,
down
did you
here.
play through this part yet?
Yes. Let's head back up.
What do you want, Bubba? You need something from me? You love me or what? You love me? Yeah,
Well,
big
we've
stretch.
ascertained the state of the crime scene. Let's find a place to sort out our findings once Malus returns. It seems to me that there are several things that don't add up here.
Apologies for the wait, demoiselle.
Demoiselle.
So, what did the guards say? Did the criminal escape through the vent?
They believe the odds of that are very low, since the vent leads to the Opera House's basement. The guards have checked the area carefully. No one left through the basement during the performance or after the incident, and no one was found hiding there.
So the tunnels become like a secret chamber then. You know, like the kind you usually see in novels.
The plot thickens. Halsey's disappearance and Cowell's death are both quite inexplicable. No wonder Farina was so confident in her accusation. All the current evidence points toward Linny and Lynette.
In other words, the charges are very likely to be upheld unless we make some considerable progress.
Charges and then trial. So if the charges are upheld, they'll announce a sentence?
That's right. This is how a trial goes in the Opera House. During the proceedings, the Chief Justice and the Oratrice will hear statements from both sides.
If you can guess my favorite Genshin character. Can I ask? I don't know what 3 questions to ask. I would say it's Razor. No one plays Paimon. Oh, you will ask. Mochi can ask. It wasn't it. Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't Paimon.
That's right. This is how indemnitium is produced.
Indemnitium?
Statements from both sides, the defenses from attorneys, witness testimonies, and even the audience's emotions will all be projected on the Oratrice.
Oh, yeah.
To put it simply, it's as if the Oratrice has its own will, and is a judge in its own right.
This also precludes any kind of favoritism on the part of the Chief Justice. And not that this has ever happened anyway.
Once both sides have finished speaking, the Chief Justice will make his final decision. This, too, will be used by the Oratrice as a reference. Then, finally, the Oratrice will be consulted by officials. The result it returns is the will of justice itself.
Huh? So that machine is the one that actually decides? Paimon thought Novelette called the shots.
In practice, there is very little difference. Both have always come to the same judgment, which is why people have great faith in the Chief Justice.
I like the Chief Justice too.
The
He's pretty
guards
cute.
also asked me to convey that none of us will be allowed to leave this place before the trial.
So we sleep in the Opera House?
Why?
Because we've chosen to act as the twins' proxies. That makes us persons related to the case.
You're just hold us all hostage here.
I'm concerned that we might be colluding with outside parties, or that we might find outside help to disrupt the case. And even if that were not so, it could prove problematic if we happen to spread key information about the case ahead of time.
I'm ready to break out at any time.
Silver's so serious.
Whoa, there's no need for that. Paimon thinks they have a point. That said, are they providing food?
Are they providing
I just
food,
hope
says
you don't mind
Paimon.
the lack of options. I'm afraid that catering to all tastes is not in the cards, nor is any guarantee of balanced nutrition.
I'm with you, Battle. That's kind of where I'm at. It seems a little disrespectful in my mind. But maybe I'm a little too sensitive, I don't know.
In that case, let's just sort out our findings together here. Pity. I was hoping to take you to try some of Fontaine's famous desserts, too. I mean, what better way to properly think through our findings than over some tea and sweets?
Huh. Breaking out suddenly doesn't seem like such a bad idea after all.
You like Silver because of his seriousness? Same.
Just kidding, just kidding. Paimon will still do her best, even if there are no snacks.
Hmm? What do you mean, no snacks? Of course we'll have snacks.
Of
If we
course
cannot
we'll have
find some,
snacks.
Then we'll simply make some.
Huh? Here? But how?
Understood, Demoiselle. Everyone, please come with me.
Wait, you're carrying a portable stove with you?
Oh, look, we can make snacks.
Yes.
We can-
I must
we
be
can
prepared
roast
to meet the
Paimon.
Demoiselle's
Snacks.
baking needs whenever the fancy strikes her.
It must be
I have
prepared.
eggs, sugar, and almonds at the ready.
Who is this lady?
Good work, you two. Then I'll get to it. Please sit tight for a moment. You'll get to taste
Paimon's
my
too
awesome
sweet for
snacks
everyone.
soon enough.
These three are quite the interesting group.
Must be a Spina di Rosula thing.
And Paimon said it
Yummy.
smelled good while it was still in the oven. Oh, it's even better
They
now.
look like big
Paimon can't stop
macaroons.
drooling. From the way you had these
Honestly.
two guys carrying all that stuff around, Paimon thought you'd have them do more during the baking process. But you were
We
doing
also
the
have lots of
entire thing by
ingredients.
yourself. Beating the egg whites, grinding almonds, everything.
I was applauding.
I was
And I
applauding.
was giving encouraging smiles.
Paimon was just thinking, aren't you worried about getting your fancy dress dirty beating egg whites and baking like this?
Well, I don't think it's carved in stone anywhere that fancy ladies can only read books, sip tea, ride horses, and play the piano. I just really enjoy making snacks. Don't underestimate beating egg whites, by the way. It's a real arm workout. You also need to beat them to just the right consistency, or your macarons
They
will crack.
are macaroons.
Give these a try, fresh out of the oven.
They're
There's
so
three for each of us.
large.
Only 3?
Only
Well,
through.
Eating too many sweet treats might send all that sugar to your head.
That's what she
You
said.
wouldn't be able to think clearly about the case on a sugar rush, would you?
Tea is ready to be served as well. This is Demoiselle's favorite, strong black tea with a floral fragrance that clears the mind and lifts the spirit.
Thank you. New life goals. Have a stove and snack ingredients with me at all times. Your gets to be sucrose. Yeah, I was expecting a Razormane to be a Razormane. The character is your sub DPS healer. Is that you? My little Tanuki girl.
No need for concern. I'm merely doing as I should.
Is Silver supposed to be like a Matrix boy?
Down to business. As Paimon mentioned previously, the tunnel seems to be something of a secret chamber.
I love Sayu.
We can assume that Linny and Lynette were not alone.
She's so cute.
Some criminal also occupied its sealed confines. The
Hi,
magician
Bubs.
twins could have committed the crimes, of course, but they lack any logical motive.
Exactly. Why would they do such a thing right when everyone was watching?
Also, how would they have gotten the person out of there? They were both on stage.
The flower vase and the thud we heard during the performance could indicate some altercation between Halsey and the criminal in the tunnel.
Oh,
resulting in the
oh,
shattering
right,
of the vase,
right.
The discarding of her clothes and her abduction. Perhaps the criminal thought that since she was chosen from the crowd, she
Thank
would
you
be
for the
too
follow.
easy to identify if she was still wearing the same clothes.
Paimon thinks that makes sense, but the real trouble is...
So you got my first 5-star weapon, which happened to be a claymore. And that was perfect for Sayu. I love Sayu. Yes, Reno. Yeah. I agree, Mochi. That's who he reminds me of too. The answer is yes. Oh, is Paimon still wearing the glasses? Yes. I don't know if you saw her earlier, but when she was really confused, the glasses made little like hypnosis things. It was really funny.
True. None of the clues we found thus far support the existence of this third person. But the only people left to consider are both technically victims. Whether it's the missing girl, Halsey, or poor Cowell.
I hate that they say like poor Cowell. Like he's
secretly made modifications to the magic props in order to murder Cowell before making her escape?
Halsey? Wait, what?
That's right. And even if she had tampered with the setup, she would need to understand the entire trick to pull it off. Nor does she have any motive. The guard said that she has never had any dealings with the Magic Troop's members.
Were we not thorough enough in our search?
The swirl lenses, yes.
From the sound of things, this is turning into an impossible case.
Have your tea.
Your macarons are amazing though, Navia. They smell great! They're nice and crisp and super sweet!
They are my specialty after all. And I see you've already had 5 of them.
What? 5? Oh, that can't be right. Paimon only counted 3, honest.
Please don't worry about it. At my age,
It looks like they were gonna arrest her.
Actually, be a good thing.
No. Being greedy is one thing, but Paimon knows how to count. Besides, Paimon knows that if she ate too many, then others wouldn't have enough.
Yum.
Even you don't believe Paimon? How could you? If Paimon ate those 2 extra macarons, then may they turn into stone in her stomach!
All right, we get it. Well, I suppose one of us might have gotten too engrossed in our chat and eaten them by mistake. No big deal. Maloose, set up the stove again if you would.
Huh? What are you
Yeah, it was broken.
Making sure everyone gets 3 macarons, of course.
There's no need for that. Did somebody eat the extra macarons?
As you wish, demoiselle.
We're making more
I have
macarons?
the egg, sugar, and almonds.
This bit, where are you keeping this egg, sugar, and almonds?
Really is your hobby, huh?
Bubba. Over the 2 missing macarons?
Well, that's it for snack time. I'm going to have another look around the area. I don't know what we're looking for yet, but we've still got some time. As attorneys, I suggest the 2 of you think the
The most
case over
unserious attorneys in the history of attorneying.
It would be awkward if you got all tongue-tied on stage during the trial.
All right, thanks for your help and for the snacks.
It was nothing. A small task for the Spina di Rosula. Silver, Maloose, it's time to go.
I love her
I'll be back if I find
dress.
anything
It's
new.
so good. It's so good. Neither Cowell nor Halsey had a motive, but after talking to Navia, the likelihood of a third person being involved seems very low too. It went well, had a full party. Oh, so it was a good time. Oh, that's good. You're doing pretty good. That's good to hear, Trigon. It's so nice to see you. Glad that you've been well. Bless you. It was, I don't know what he was doing. He's yelling at me. They're playing. You did? What did you do, Anima? Did you make the sound? Oh, you stole the macaroons? What if there was a ghost? What if a ghost ate the 2 macaroons? I want to know. I'm very invested in these 2 missing macaroons. I actually don't think Paimon took it. Because Paimon would have... Paimon is not going to be like, oh, I didn't eat them. Paimon would be like, ah, I ate them, especially with her glasses. It's very short in the front. I just really like dresses with trains. Like that long in the back and short in the front. I really love that look. You're more interested in finding out where they whipped out the stove and ingredients? I know. Silver, where is Silver keeping enough sugar and almonds to make these very large macarons? Okay.
It's time to put our heads together. We've got to get our defense ready for the trial.
We are not ready for this trial.
Oh, it's probably gonna be a long and difficult case. There's no point in worrying about that now. We just need to prepare.
I love how Paimon's acting like we've been to trial before.
We should help you review the situation.
All right, 8 o'clock the next day. We have Detective Paimon on the case. Typical attorney. Oh, today is the trial. Let's just wing it. Ooh, a viewpoint. Beautiful! I love this place. It's so pretty. Brogan and Bella, what's the deal today, man? Like, what's going on? Oh, they're biting each other's faces. Nice. Wing.
Situation is so confusing. Good plan. Impossible things don't just happen. We'll get to the truth one way or another.
Just relax. Even if everyone else suspects Lenny and Lynette, at least we will be supporting them from the stands.
I don't, that at least, what?
I doubt Farina understands any more about what happened than we do.
Farina did it. I don't trust her. I don't like her.
We'll be
She wanted to get back, back at Lenny. She wanted to get back at Lenny for what he did the day that we came to Fontaine. So she staged it. It was her. She's a murderer.
Ah, finally, you're back.
I do, right?
Well, how did your investigation go?
To be honest, you might be disappointed.
No. We're already very grateful that you were willing to help.
Well now, don't you all look disappointed. Don't tell me that your investigation came up empty-handed. That was to be expected, of course. The guilty can never produce proof of their innocence. But don't let that stop you.
What is with her eyelashes?
I'm terribly disappointed should you, my most anticipated foe, concede so easily.
Yo, did you hear me laugh? I know, it's hilarious. It's honestly 15 out of 10. 69 out of 10. Whoever had the idea to put glasses on Paimon, glasses and a mustache on Paimon for this quest, deserves a raise.
Since both parties are present, I declare that the trial regarding the magic show incident is now in session.
Oh,
Firstly,
people
in order for
got
the
here
audience
quickly.
to understand the causes and results of the incident, could we please have Mr. Linney explain the trick?
Yes, of course. I will explain while Lynette demonstrates on stage. All the necessary items have been prepared.
Long overdue, raise them.
Thank you, Mr. Linney. In that case, I take your statement to be that you ran to and remained hidden within the magic box in the audience stands once the trick began, and thus could not have committed the crime. Is this correct?
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
He was technically talking the whole time.
In that case, I call upon the prosecution. Lady Farina, do you wish to refute his statement in any way?
He also sounds like Zhongli.
Of course I do. Allow me to take the first shot and break this case wide open. Mr. Lenny is clearly lying. There is no way you could have been in the box the whole time if you were to abduct Halsey and murder Cowell. In fact, I'd say you were hardly in that tunnel at all.
That is simply your hypothesis based on the presumption that I'm guilty.
Oh, is that so? And if I may ask, what did you hear while you were inside your box?
The roaring countdown of the crowd, of course. That's how I kept track of the time and built anticipation for the finale.
I know, I'm the same way,
didn't
Battle.
hear
She
anything else
grinds
at
my
all?
gears.
Nothing that might leave an impression of any kind?
No, nothing.
I see. But when the count reached 30 seconds or so, there was a thud. One so loud that I believe practically everyone heard it.
Huh?
Hey, hang on. Something's not right here.
How could Lenny not know about that sound? Oh,
Yeah,
that's
I'm sure
true.
he could have heard a noise that loud from inside the box.
I was right by the box, and I definitely heard the thud.
Oh no.
Those scales. Could those mean...
I can't believe we're at trial and Paimon still has these glasses on. They didn't have the Sherlock hat and fight. You can't wait to pull for her. You like her overall look, and her colors are really pretty, but I don't know if I could listen to her like talk the whole time. You know how like Micah, and then he talks when he does stuff. That's kind of how I would feel about Farina.
Well then, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to use the words of the magician himself. You never know what can happen in the blink of an eye. Indeed, it seems his alibi can also collapse in the blink of an eye. Of course, I have armed myself to do far more than smash your alibi. Confidence cannot go unfounded, and my foundations are rock solid.
How do you win a trial?
Aren't you and Lynette actually
Against
from the House of the Hearth?
the Water Archon?
The House of the Hearth?
Oh, they're Fatui? What?
No wonder they did something like this.
So the serial disappearances were the Fatui's doing. Now it all makes sense.
I've got a feeling that what happened on stage probably wasn't just an accident.
That's irrelevant. Our identities have nothing to do with what happened.
Indeed. Then perhaps you could tell us everything that happened during that 1 minute. Your first priority is to prove yourself innocent after all. I'm sure there is little that needs to be kept secret now. Unless your script already has holes in it.
Yeah, how did he not hear that thud?
The Outlander is speechless. My, oh my, don't they look flabbergasted? Now comes the infighting and discord, I suppose. This was almost too easy.
Wait, did she do it?
Good thing I made all those preparations. Seems the all-nighter I pulled last night is really paying off.
Hey, Linny, why didn't you tell us this before?
She put her glasses on and everything.
Order! Order! Mr. Linney, allow me to re-establish the facts. Lady Farina has raised 2 points. First, when the thud was heard in the Opera House, you were neither in the box nor the tunnel. Second, you and Ms. Lynette are both members of the House of the Hearth. Are these claims true?
He was not in the tunnel or the box. Oh man, Linny, you set us up to fail, man. I still have faith. Oh, child is here.
Please answer my question, Mr. Linney.
I'm sorry.
Uh-oh.
Yes, they're true, Your Honor.
Oh, he wasn't in the box? Or the tunnel?
I knew it!
Well, that's it. We might as well move on to the sentencing already.
What should we do now?
Granted. In that case, what is your request?
A brief adjournment.
Is that really necessary? They're already as good as guilty.
Impatient audience member.
Received their own attorneys. What is there left to discuss?
Order! Order, I say! Your request is reasonable, and we shall adjourn.
Oh,
this trial will
Daddy gave us an
reconvene in
hour.
1 hour.
So
I'm not...
you would stick to Mr. Linney's defense even after knowing what you do now? You certainly have more professionalism than I thought. In that case, my dear audience, let's allow the joy of victory to steep for a little while longer.
She's so infuriating. Why is she so infuriating? Hi, Omega.
Well, this is awkward. I didn't think the Hydro Archon would dig all that up.
Glove, glove, glove. It's a resub. Month 8 and wait. This doesn't look like the critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy XIV with an expanded free trial, which you can play through the entirety of A Realm Reborn and the award-winning Stormblood expansion up to level 70 for free with no restrictions on playtime. Hello, Omega. Thank you so much for 8 months. You're wonderful, my friend. How are you doing today? But she has a really nice outfit. You've got a point, Moach. Stormblood in a month. Stormblood in a month, yeah. Don't get anima started.
Paimon.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh man. Oh man, guys.
Paimon doesn't know where to start. We trusted you two.
She took the glasses off. That's how upset Paimon is.
Entire reasoning on the assumption that you weren't bad guys.
Ow, Bella.
Not to set the wrong tone or anything, but Paimon's really mad.
I'm very sorry. I know you're angry, and reasonably so, but please, let me explain. I know you've clashed with the Fatui several times before. I wouldn't be surprised if just hearing the word is enough to make you upset. But our organization is very, very large, and the Harbingers have very different personalities and goals.
Right now, we want to save people. As many as we can.
That's right. I'm sure we're on the same page when it comes to this nation and the disaster that its people might face. I knew if it weren't for our respective identities, we could become good friends. That's why I didn't wish to flat out lie to you, but chose to hide some details instead. The truth is very important, but being completely transparent about everything would see us spending more effort than we need to. Right. So, you be the judge. Heck, if I were you, I fear that I'd even struggle to trust me at this point.
You could just not do it. I mean, I wouldn't. That's outside of my pay grade. That's how I would. Above my pay grade. Thank you.
You met a Fatus who works as a magician, a trickster by trade.
A Fatus.
All by coincidence, too. But still, I'm asking you to trust me. I am no criminal. At least, not in this case.
Sorry. Please forgive us.
Well, you both say that, but...
Yes, what is the other issue?
Let's hear your answer first, and no lies now!
Of course. I'll answer any question you ask.
Well, we should have done that
We've been trying
before.
to find out how the Oratrice operates. We want to know why it has a consciousness. Why can it deliver sentences accurately? During our investigations, we learned that the machine's core is beneath it. From that moment on, Lynette and I have been designing this box swap trick with the objective of getting close to the core.
Is that why you needed a whole minute?
That's right. In truth, the audience would take about 75 seconds to count down from 60, while I would only need 15 to get to the opposite box. So, after jumping into the tunnel, I accessed the Opera House basement via the vent, and went to investigate the room in which the core is stored.
That air vent was created during the construction of the tunnel specifically to execute this step.
Oh.
Well, nothing. As soon as I reached that room and was about to investigate, I heard someone's voice.
Somebody was down there?
It should have been impossible, of course. I was quite certain that I was the only one in the room. That voice seemed to recognize me and tried to speak to me. I chose to err on the side of caution and retreated the way I came. On the way back, I saw the broken vase and the clothes on the ground, but the countdown was almost finished, so there wasn't time to give it any thought. After that, the homicide occurred just as you saw.
Even he's calling it a homicide now.
Well, that explains why you didn't hear the thud.
Because of that prophecy I told you about, of course. We must know all we can about this nation's secrets in order to deal with that prophesized crisis.
That's the only way we can save everyone.
So, there you have it. The whole truth. I swear, I didn't hide anything from you this time. It was never my wish to proceed under this cloud of mistrust either. But, like I said earlier, you can be the judge. If you want to leave because you don't trust the Fatui, there's nothing I can do to stop you.
Well, Traveler, you decide. Paimon will follow your lead however you choose.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, we're still gonna do it.
The current problem is that the scales are tipped pretty badly against you two. If we want to refute the Hydro Archon's accusations, we're gonna need a seriously watertight defense.
We have the key evidence, do we? Whoa, where is she?
Oh, Paimon thinks she gets what you mean.
Okay. Okay, continue taking part in the trial. Here we go. And the nail-biting trial reconvenes.
Both parties have returned to their positions. Let us continue the trial. When last we left off, Mr. Linney acknowledged the new evidence presented by Lady Farina as fact. Therefore, Lady Farina may continue stating her reconstruction of the events.
Ugh, that took long enough. Now then, if everyone would lend me their attention. At this stage, let's revisit that scene from Linney's perspective.
Okay.
As the countdown began, he entered the tunnel.
My goodness. Okay.
When the flatbed trolley passed, he opened the box and got into an altercation with Halsey, which caused the loud thud. He did not realize that this sound could be heard by everyone in the opera house, which is why he claimed earlier that he could not hear the sound. Finally, he used the vase to knock her out, before making her change clothes to prevent others from recognizing her. At this time, Cowell arrived in the tunnel, having heard that strange noise, and caught Linney red-handed. So Linney proceeded to knock him out too before stuffing him into that box. Afterward, Linney passed the unconscious Halsey to his accomplice through the magic box in the audience stands, before operating the devices such that Cowell's death would be ruled an accident. And there you have it. That's the truth behind what happened.
Does the defendant's side have any objections to Lady Farina?
The key to refuting Lady Farina is the order of
Oh, we're
events.
talking.
What Linney experienced and what he saw.
Okay. No one left the opera house. Okay. The clothes? Okay. You're reminded of clowns from the squeaky toy noises. Oh, I don't know. Wait. The existing evidence indicates that when Linny returned to the tunnel, the crime had already taken place, and all Linny saw was, I don't know.
Linny did not take part in the underground altercation. He only witnessed traces of the aftermath.
Linny? Halsey's fight, but Linny claimed to have heard nothing.
According to Linny, he left via the vent after entering the tunnel. He couldn't have had that altercation with Halsey.
The chamber.
Linny went to the room that contains the Oratrice's core. This is the actual truth.
Okay, so we're telling them?
Attention!
Ace Detective Paimon!
When the countdown started, Linny did indeed go into the tunnel. But he immediately used a vent to access the Opera House basement, which is where the underground core of the Oratrice is stored.
I feel like we're making ourselves more guilty.
Once he reached that area, he heard a voice in what should have been an empty room.
An empty room!
Something was amiss. He returned immediately. The crime scene had already developed by the time he reached the tunnel again. And in order to complete the magic trick, he did not remain there for any length of time. Finally, he reached the surface, and that was when the accident happened from his point of view. Therefore, he's innocent.
Why is Paimon like this? Yeah, but this is still all hearsay. Yell at Paimon. She put the glasses back on.
Paimon actually managed to say all that. Wasn't it awesome?
In other words, you believe that he knew nothing of the incident?
That's right.
My reasoning?
If that's the case, then if Cowell hadn't entered the tunnel, who was the entire setup meant to kill? Assuming that what you say is true, Linny only needed to kidnap the young girl to cause a new disappearance case. What would the point of killing someone on stage be?
Oh, they have a point.
That's right, you tell them! And that's why they're partners of mine. Managed to turn things around. Oh,
She's like a better Lisa.
Your denial is very strident, I'll give you that. But what proof do you have to back your claims? Of course I do. If he had been in the magic box the whole time, how could he have not heard that sound?
Why are we yelling across an opera house?
You're saying that he wasn't?
Okay, has become a critical clue. Okay. What is evidence that Linny wasn't in the tunnel when the crime took place?
he didn't hear anything strange during the performance. This means that when the crime happened, Linny had already entered the basement via the vent.
The vent.
The same clue you used to disprove his alibi has now become the best proof.
Okay, none of this makes sense. That's not none of this is even provable.
To think you'd use such logic. Well then, if it wasn't Linny who committed the crimes, then who was it?
Oh yeah, we haven't gotten that far yet. Oh, have we? It's basically saying that if what Farina said was true, something else should have happened. It's all hearsay. Like, we can't prove that he wasn't in there. No, there are no witnesses. There's nothing that says, like, he was in another place. The fireworks released near the end of the show ignited and burned through the ropes, suspending the water tank above the stage. If Linny is no longer under suspicion, only the other members of the troupe would have been able to tamper with the props. Linny gave a detailed account of how the trick was supposed to work. By using a box inside a box, the idea was for the box containing the audience member to be transported across a tunnel, and Linny would use this tunnel to get to the other side. You're not proving you are right, you're proving Farina is wrong. Yeah, but like, it's not proving anything. There's no proof. I'm just saying that this is what he did. Like, this would not hold up in a real court, is what I'm saying. Having changed her outfit, Lynette and her assistant would take charge of on-stage interactions. The clothing belonging to Halsey, the lady who went missing, was found in the tunnel. The reason for this remains unknown. She killed him!
Halsey is the missing person and an ordinary audience member. Or did she have her own scheme all along?
Oh yeah, that's for sure. Okay. In a real court, you would not have to prove innocence, but they would have to prove guilt. That's true. That's very true. Yeah.
Could there have been a third person involved?
I mean, there was a third person involved. Okay, it's gotta be her then, right?
Halsey is the missing person and an ordinary...
Cowell?
The deceased's name is Cowell, Linny's assistant. He would have been able to tamper with the equipment.
Okay, what? It was him? Cowell? But how did he kidnap somebody and die? You can't do both?
Huh? That can't be right. Are you serious?